What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, back at it with another video, and I'm here to talk about the state of the game. I'm here to talk about the state of Mortal Kombat 1 and where I stand after the Ermac patch, after the Mavado patch, and all such stuff as that. So in terms of the state of the game, I think Mortal Kombat is going in the right direction. Absolutely. Starting with the release of Ermac. Ermac is a very strong character. He plays completely differently than the rest of the cast. He kind of plays his own game. And he's strong. He's definitely strong, but he's not overwhelming. He also has a cancel where he does some special move and he cancels out of it and stuff like that, similar to Rain and Reptile. But somehow his cancels feel different than both of those characters. And in general, he plays differently than they do. And he meshes well with a bunch of different cameos and all that stuff. You know, in general, he seems to play very well, you know. And with him playing well, it encourages people to pick him up and use him. Now, historically, DLC characters in Mortal Kombat have been head and shoulders above the rest of the cast. You know, one need look no further than Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, or MK1 with Fujin and his bullshit. You know, Joker 2 in MK1. You know, MKX Tanya, MKX Alien, MKX Predator. You know what I'm saying? Those characters set the game on fire. Not in the best way, you know? But Ermac is not like those guys. And even pre-patch Peacemaker, who was stupidly strong. You know, when I would fight Peacemaker players online, I would routinely whoop them. With Sub-Zero, no less. You know. I didn't beat them with everybody. I definitely had to work and earn those victories, but, you know, me using my little old Sub-Zero with Serena, I was able to supplant a lot of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? The overwhelming majority of them, actually. And it's sort of the same thing with Ermac. You know, if you just play solid and do a little bit of preliminary labbing against Ermac, you can learn, you know, how to best the character, and you can do well, you know. And so that's what I really enjoy, are characters that are strong but not stupid. Now, we might learn that Ermac's dumb for real later, but that certainly doesn't seem to be the case right now, you know. But since Ermac has dropped, we've also had a new cameo enter the space. Hell, 2 new cameos, because I didn't really talk about Janet Cage either. Janet's strong, man. She's stronger than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She gives characters the ability to combo off of things that they normally would not be able to. You know what I'm saying? You know, much like Chameleon, for instance, Sub-Zero gets combos off of his slide with Janet. And this leads to some very interesting combo routes for him, particularly in the corner. But he can do this mid-screen. And unlike Chameleon, he has access to these slide combos all the time. You know, Janet also has the Sento stuff, and it doesn't seem to be as guaranteed or as applicable as Sento is, but if you get it going and it gets started properly, you can fuck somebody up. Like, you can literally combo somebody from a forward throw, like a shove, which is crazy. In the corner, that is, you know? So Janet's very versatile. Very, very good cameo. But again, not too strong, not too overwhelming. I mean, obviously you're going to see her Johnny Cage punches the most. But all of her moves have use, you know? But then we have Mavado. Yo, Mavado, bruh. Mavado is stronger than a motherfucker. He's like chameleon strong. I'm not going to compare the two of them and try to say, oh, this one's stronger than that one. I think it's still too early to make note of that right now. But, bruh. Mavado strong as hell. Now, the lone drawback, well, two drawbacks with Mavado versus Chameleon. Mavado doesn't really help much in the neutral. You know, like if you're just out and about fighting, it's basically your character doing the bulk of the work in the neutral. You know, he doesn't have a projectile to throw out or a special move for the opponent to really worry about in neutral. Actually, that's not even fully true, because he has that hook pull move that you can throw out in the neutral that sort of acts as a projectile. So that's not entirely true. My mistake. But that move is a high attack. It's not a mid projectile or anything like that. But Mavado is very potent because, once again, all of his cameo moves are useful as shit. You know, starting with that low slide move that basically tacks on extra damage to any grounded attack. That's amazing. You know, just getting an extra unscaled piece of damage that just, you know, hits opponents while they're recovering or after being knocked down. That's kind of fucked up. Now, you can block it, but if you block it, it's also really plus. So you can use it for setups and things like that. It's a very good meaty attack. You can even use it to armor break. Really, really strong stuff. Obviously, Mavado has these hook moves that allow for pop-ups and combos where you normally wouldn't get them. Now, you're not going to see any of that footage here because I think this footage was recorded before Mavado came out. I haven't played my boy since Mavado has been out, but I will. And he will see, if he hasn't seen, what Mavado and Shao Kahn can do. Because, goddamn, that's a hard-hitting fucking team. They hit harder than Li Mei and Scorpion, and that's saying something. But anyway, so Mavado's hooks are really, really interesting because they only come out on hit. So, unlike something like a Scorpion cameo where he's doing the fireballs, those come out regardless. So if you input Scorpion to come out, he's going to pop up and shoot his fireballs diagonally. Same thing with Goro. You know what I'm saying? If you direct Goro to come out, he's going to come out. On hit, in the neutral, doesn't matter. And you can whiff and waste cameo meter. Mavado doesn't have that problem. Because Mavado, with his hooks, you can, for instance, be Johnny Cage, hit somebody with a random ass shadow kick, and get a full combo only on hit. Doesn't come out if it's blocked. I mean, you'll die if it's blocked, but it doesn't come out. Doesn't come out if you whiff it either. And that's scary as shit. You know what I'm saying? So, very, very useful stuff. So those hooks are very good. Though the up hook, the one that is done by pressing up in cameo, It seems to be less consistent than the forward one. Like after any special move or string, I can always make the forward cameo come out easily as hell. Yet when I do the up cameo, it's not nearly as easy. Like you have to be very deliberate when you press it and intentional. Very interesting. But then you've got that goddamn mine. That mine is fucked up. It's amazing though. When I say fucked up, I don't mean like it's broken and it should be nerfed. Hell no, don't nerf shit, NRS. Don't even touch Mavado at all. Because the guy already has a minus 100 health deficit. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to eat an extra 10% of your health bar just for having him out. You know. So for characters like Johnny Cage or Quan Chi using Mavado, they are playing with a significantly lower health bar than the rest of the cast, you know? But that mine is so good because it gives virtually everybody a throw combo. And with Shao Kahn, he can get 300 damage off of a throw combo, which most throw combos don't give you that high of a damage. So it's basically a 30% KB. Much like an MK1, the only difference is you can do this multiple times. I can't believe I dropped that shit. You know what I'm saying? So every time the Drake, I was going to say Drake, Jesus Christ. The Mavado mine, I may have even said Drake mine, I'm dumb. Anyway, anytime the Mavado mine comes out, you can get a KB throw. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like Katana so much. Don't y'all like Katana? She's great. And I love this mod. You know what I'm saying? PC mods, man. I love y'all. Modders, I love y'all. I heart all of you. You guys are fantastic. Anyway, just had to say that as a quick aside. But, Mavado strong as a motherfucker, man. Strong as a motherfucker. The landmine gives characters throw combos. It absolutely explodes certain characters' damage because it allows them to combo from strings and things that they normally wouldn't get a combo from, which is great. And that's one of the most brilliant things about MK1 that we love. You know, I love it anyway. Because in previous games, when you had a string that yo, this wind is going off over here, god damn. Anyway, when you had a string that was useless in the old Mortal Kombats, you just couldn't make that shit useful at all. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you did. But now with this shit, with these cameos, you can sort of choose your cameos based on what strings you want to use with your characters. You know what I'm saying? That was actually a smart move, but I ain't have no damn armor right there. That's great. But, yeah. So I rocks with that heavy, you know what I'm saying? Now, I say the game is in a good place and it's going in the right direction. Does that mean that this game is fixed? Fuck no. Hell no. There are still plenty of things that need to be addressed. You know, the PC port of MK1 needs some serious work. It needs to be optimized for 60 FPS gameplay on all PC handheld devices like the Steam Deck, ROG Ally, MSI Claw, Legion Go, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at this current juncture, that game does not run at a lock 60 frames per second on every stage on medium settings or anything like that. Even on the lowest settings, you're gonna have frame drops, particularly when the cameos come out. Ooh, he ain't mean that. Did I win this? Why did I duck that shit? Oh, he got me there. Good shit. But, yeah, like, this game drops frames on PC handhelds. Even the ones that are powerful enough to run other games at you know, at a constant 30 or 40 or 50 FPS. And it's because the game's just not optimized to play well on PC, and they need to optimize it. So NRS needs to fix that. Obviously, we need certain game modes like online practice. We need lobbies. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still some basic things that every fighting game should have on release that this game still needs to have added to it. Honestly, we need a real Wi-Fi filter. And what I mean by that is it needs to actually filter certain connections out. Because when you go and play people online, the only thing that, you know, this so-called Wi-Fi filter does is it allows you to decline anyone you want. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're wired or Wi-Fi, but it doesn't actually stop certain types of connections from even appearing on your screen. And that's what I'm looking for, because I don't play people that are wireless by choice normally, unless I like know them or, you know. But if I run into a random person in Combat League and I see that they're on Wi-Fi, their ass gets declined on principle. You know what I'm saying? They get declined on principle. Why? Because I'm not trying to deal with no motherfucking teleporting ass smokes or, you know, teleporting anybody. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the most offline-like experience that we can get. And, that won't happen when somebody's got fucking packets of lost information being sent through the air. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, certain characters need to be buffed. Certain cameos need to be buffed. I've gone into detail about both of those things, and I stand by what I said. MK cameos need the chameleon treatment, and I still stand by all of that. Mavado can be left exactly the way he is, because his motherfucking mind trap, that shit is bananas. And yes, I would consider that to be a combo starter, and if that shit was available for half a bar, it might be too strong. They would have to nerf it, and I don't want them to nerf it, so just leave it the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, and then there's other things that need to be adjusted and addressed. And, you know, I think the game is going overall in a very positive direction. Despite what a motherfucker might say, the game is actually very well balanced in terms of character viability. And it's because of the cameos. The cameos make every single character tournament viable to some degree. They have at least one cameo that you can put them with, that you can use to win a tournament with them. And we've seen that. The only character I haven't seen win a tournament is Li Mei. Yo, it's going down out here, son. I'm on this back porch and it's raining like a motherfucker, son. I hope I don't hear no damn thunder. You know what I'm saying? That's my hope anyway. You know? But hopefully you don't hear it that loud in the background, but I feel like you will. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so I would just say that character balance is still is the very best that a Mortal Kombat game has ever been, but it can be better. Characters like Sub, characters like Li Mei, Characters like Scorpion, characters like Natara, characters like Havoc, they can still use a good buff or two, you know what I'm saying? Just nothing over the top. Just something that allows them to play their own game so that they're not so reliant on cameos. They need to get that Rain and Reptile treatment, you know what I'm saying? I've talked about the buffs I would do for Sub-Zero. What the fuck happened there? Wow, that was crazy. But, you know, mostly we just gotta play our game. Because the reality is this game plays a particular way. There's a certain meta that goes with this game. And you don't have to be in love with said meta. You don't. But, oh, talking shit about it while still playing it or commenting on people's videos about it doesn't really help nothing. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look dumb because you out here talking shit relentlessly about a game that you don't like. I don't talk about games I don't like. I just don't fucking play them. I play games I do like. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like MK1 by this point, go away. Find something else. Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Find something else. And it's not directed at tournament players that that don't like the game, because their reasons for having issues are much more varied and nuanced than the typical viewer, the typical consumer of Mortal Kombat 1. You know, the people that don't know how to counter certain strings and stuff like that. The ones that are susceptible to people spamming against them. Them motherfuckers don't know. They don't have the same experience as the tournament players. So if the tournament players don't like it, that's some different shit. You know what I'm saying? But, I love the game. I'm very excited about trying Mavado online. Speaking of online, that does bring me to something that needs to be fixed. The netcode, bruh. Netcode needs some help. Especially on PC. Netcode needs some help. Netcode definitely needs some motherfucking help. Because this game be eating your fucking inputs. You know, there are things that I block and I still get hit even though I blocked. And it doesn't happen to me, it happens with me as well. Like, people will swear up and down that they blocked some shit that I did, but I hit them miraculously, you know what I'm saying? And then I get a fraudulent victory off of hitting some shit that I shouldn't have hit. Ooh, I should have. Ooh, got your ass. Damn. Yeah, so we do need some we do need an overhaul of the netcode for real. That's probably the big looming thing that this game needs. You know, aside from the other things that I noted earlier. But what we've seen from NRS is that our most ardent concerns, they've addressed them. You know, a lot of y'all that watch my videos first started looking at my stuff from the Player One Advantage video. Y'all remember that? And NRS addressed it. They fixed it. And now it's a footnote in MK1's history. You know what I'm saying? And if they can fix that, they can fix anything else that we need. We just gotta keep being constructive, keep being persistent and talking about it, and we should be okay. Now NRS could afford to communicate better, definitely, but frankly, I'm much more concerned about what they do rather than what they say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but I ain't got no meter though. That was dumb. But yeah, so I think the state of the game's good. Game's in a good place, or at least in an improving place. It's going in the right direction. All we got to do is keep encouraging NRS to push it along, you know, as a Tribe Called Quest would say, you know. But before I depart from this video, I just want to shout out Shinfits, because I recently did a podcast with him last week, and you can check that out on his channel. I think the video is called Game and Gab 9. I'll link it in the description. And we had a hearty conversation about MK and, you know, the various aspects that, you know, I think the game is good at and not so good at and whatnot. And you get to see some gameplay footage of us, you know what I'm saying, doing our thing. And I really enjoyed myself quite a bit. And I agree with Shinfit's assessment that those of us that play this game need to collaborate and play with each other as much as humanly possible, just to, you know, get a better sense of community and togetherness, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I said in the podcast is that, you know, we are all that we have. Our community is small, but large at the same time, you know what I'm saying? We have a huge casual fan base. And so in that sense, our community is huge. But in terms of, you know, tournament goers and tournament watchers, it's not so big, you know what I'm saying? It's not nearly as big as some of the other scenes. And that's for a whole bunch of different reasons. We have less regions. We've been competitive for a much shorter time than a lot of these games. Mortal Kombat's reputation was that of a party game. It was never known to be some tournament masterpiece designed around balance and footsies and all that stuff. That came later. We're still trying to shake the cobwebs of our previous representation, or reputation, I should say. You know what I'm saying? My wife's out here dancing in the backyard like a you're messing up my video, man. No way. But yeah. So you know, she done took me all out of focus now. Goddamn. Ah! No way. No way. But yeah, I just want to say shout out to Shinfits for having me on the podcast. I don't have a podcast yet, but you know, if I ever do come around to doing that, I'll be sure to invite him and various others on. But you know, if you wanna, you know, play some games with me, chat and stuff like that, just reach out and we'll set something up, you know what I'm saying? I'll play games. I'll talk tech. I'll talk MK1 or Mortal Kombat in general with anybody, because this game is my shit and Mortal Kombat is my shit. You dig what I'm saying? You know, and anybody that knows me knows that. But yeah, man. But oh, that was good as shit. Yeah. Also, while I'm at it, I want to shout out, see, I'm really bad at names, cause he has a stream name But then, you know, we gotta, I haven't spoken to him in some time. But you know who you are. You know, you reached out to me a few weeks ago. We kicked it, played some games and stuff like that, talked Mortal Kombat and everything like that. And it was so dope. It was so cool. And I love that more than even playing the game itself, is meeting people and talking MK and teaching people about the game, or learning about the game from people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy that over even winning sets. As sweet as victory is, for me it's better if you help people achieve victory. Ooh, yes. Oh, that anti was all things, baby. I wonder if he's gonna jump again. He jumped again. God damn it. Yes, sir. But I think that's about a good time for the video to end. So with that being said, you guys, I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch y'all later. 1.